This is a very important alarm bell ringing, and I hope that the world hears it. When the president of the Palestinian Authority came to the United Nations and said very clearly that message, I think we all need to understand that we have collectively, as an international community, failed in supporting a peace process that should have by now long delivered a state for the Palestinian people and security for Israel. I think we need to look at what happens from this point forward very carefully. Abu Mazen's speech at the UN creates a bit of a watershed between the period until now and the future. And I hope in the next few weeks we will see intensive efforts to really focus on what policies need to change on the ground in the West Bank and Gaza that can facilitate the return to meaningful negotiations between the two parties. This is one of our focuses right now as the United Nations and with our partners in the Quartet, the US, Russia and the European Union, to look at exactly what needs to change on the ground in order to rebuild trust. Secondly, we need to look at the region. The Palestinian-Israeli conflict can no longer be considered in isolation from everything else that is happening in the Middle East. In one way or another, it will be influenced. Either the radicalism, the extremism that is rising across the region will influence the parties on the ground, or something will happen in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that will further ignite tension around the region. Therefore, we need not just to look at what the two sides need to do in order to have a credible environment in which to negotiate, but we need to look at what is the regional context and how do we bring in the if you want to, the Middle East back into the Middle East peace process, so that the Arab countries of the region feel engaged in the future of resolving this. So we're at a turning point.